Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to Thursday, our first Thursday of 2023. So I named, hopefully everybody can hear me. I named the stream Animal Farm Drip is Drip, an Animal Farm, a Web3 savior. Good question. As I look unprofessionally at the thing that I need to click on to start the show, let's go take a look. Hey everybody, my name is Potter. I'm one of the hosts of the Build Show, and we talk about crypto with regards to our walk with crypto. And because I'm a technologist, a little background on me, I've worked at AOL Time Warner. I've worked for 2 top 4 consulting firms. I've served as a Department of Commerce Information Systems Security Officer, been an admin, a coder for a living. So when I got into crypto, it was more of an informed decision as a technologist, and I had to learn all the finance stuff later. With that being said, in no way am I a financial advisor. So it's, this is not meant to be a medium for any kind of advice regarding crypto. It's the wild, wild west. And if anything, we recommend that you stay out until regulation has come in. For those who are like me, who are already in though, and are living off of it, we decided to go ahead and continue the messaging of, hey, here's what we see. So with that said, let's start the show. All right. Oops, no, didn't mean to do that. No. Hey Cole, happy Thursday. It might just be me and you here. By the way, I really wanted to thank all the people who watched later the episode from last week. We have about 12 people who've been loyal to the show, and I really want to appreciate you guys because across all the months you have kept watching. And so I really appreciate you. Cole being one of those people. So let's go to oh man, not like this. Drip ecosystem in Web3. Okay, so why would I say is Drip, a savior of Web3? Is that Drip ecosystem a savior of Web3? I think it kind of is. And a lot of people are looking at it as money. They want their money. They saw other people get rich and they think it's their turn, which I don't know, maybe it is their turn. But it's not what it looks like. I've talked before about the fact that I'm a gamer. And in gaming, you have announcements of releases all the time. And I think what we have is a lot of maybe pseudo gamers, but more people who want to make money, trying to understand a software mindset. The software development lifecycle is complex and it has gates. And the reason why I say is the Drip Animal Farm a Web3 savior, because on the Binance, at least, blockchain, only Forex is doing it right. He's taking all the steps, but he's also doing one thing that's synonymous with software. That every date is always pushed back. Software developers are notorious at being horrible about dates. The difference in this one is that the dates are tied to people's finances a lot closer than they are when you think of somebody saying, oh my God, am I going to get a new ship in a game? There's this game, Star Citizen. Go do your research on it. It was launched literally forever ago. They have promised year after year that they're going to, get better and it's going to launch. And last year they announced that they were going to launch in 2023 for sure, at the beginning of 2022. And now in 2023, they're announcing 2024 is going to be a launch date. But they release, you're still able to play it until they release things all the way through to that big launch with new innovation. Forex is the only person who's built an ecosystem that does exactly what it says it's going to do. The lucrative components of it vary just like any market would. And unlike a game, the elements that are for finance are really causing such crazy negative press, if you will. But that press, and I hate to say this, that press comes from ignorance, and ignorance means uninformed. But I can't expect you to be informed. Now let's move to why is Web3 important for the drip ecosystem? The engagement with wallets, we're all doing that right now, but you can go to your family and they won't understand it at all. It's a unique thing to understand, to comprehend how to do any of the things we do. Create an LP pair, staking, unstaking, looking at utility, understanding liquidity. That'll make people's minds blow off or blow apart if you try to explain that to them. But if there's any easy system that's been created, it's with Forex Shark's invention after bank teller didn't pull through for everyone. Economically, it's sound, but as a technologist who's seen platforms like this run, it's really being built like Apple, right? And what's happening, because Drip and Animal Farm, or the Forex Shark ecosystem, is really, it was a disruptor. And if you look up the theories of disruption, you can read the Steve Jobs book. I think there's several books written about disruption. You're starting to see other entities come in to kind of shore up the fact that Drip and Animal Farm are leading in that, hey, here's how you do it. People are taking the ideas from our ecosystem and building their own apps. Some of them are building nefarious products. Some of them are building products that, they won't last, even though the idea is good. There's only one system that has been beaten up, exploited for gains, and that's the ones that Animal Farm and Drip exist in. So I'm not being a rah-rah person on this. I'm telling you what I see as factual right now. Hey, Mitchell. Mitchell's in his house. Welcome to the stream. So let's go. Okay, so what's the big deal? Where's the puck going? So I don't know if you guys ever heard this analogy, but Gretzky, the famous hockey player, was great because he didn't play where the puck was, he played where the puck was going. So when I look at where the puck is going in this technologist's opinion, it's going right where Forex Shark is putting everything, but people don't have patience to wait. And so they want their money and they go, I'm never going to make my money. Apple at one time had a horrible idea called, I think it was called Norton or Newton. Yeah. And it was basically what you see now, the iPad, but it was horrible. It was a horrible implementation. But the innovation, the rigor, the process that was put in place was good enough that it could be repeated so that they could build something else if they just had good ideas. So when I see where the puck is going, I see that everybody is building things in alignment with what Forex Shark has built. They're building on top of it. So that disruption, in the theory of disruption, there's always one person who sets out. And when that person is affected, the lower people are affected. But what we're seeing in this space, if you take a look at, I'm not a loyalist. I'm a person who's reporting technology. So if you look at Piston, um, as semi success story. They're not even a year old yet, so you can't call it success. But they've come up with a formula that seems to be holding. They've come up with innovative ways to provide liquidity, but it's all based off of Forex Shark's ideas, uh, less an NFT idea, which is really unique that they've implemented. Then you have something like a Splassive. They are using the exact same architecture and infrastructure as Drip, but they don't have the marketing, they don't have the community like Drip does, or the Drip ecosystem does. So all of those things play a huge factor into why Animal Farm and Drip. That's the part that's tripping me, guys. I just keep saying that over again. That's a long sentence. Why they are the savior, because as long as those are out there, somebody like a Forex Shark who has integrity and is doing things in alignment with best practices, which as a software developer, I can tell you, it's just hard to make those dates. All you do when you code is you just get to the next error. The bigger your product gets, the more difficult it is to make things fixed. But what are the signs that Forex Shark is going to where the puck is going? Initially, remember, it was like, oh, I'm going to hire the marketing people. Oh, I'm going to partner up with somebody. But now he's like, hey, I'm hiring developers. Some of them are straight out of college, right? But guess what? The only people who know to develop Web3 are people who are not working 9 to 5 in a coding job, because to understand Web3, you have to completely retrain yourself. There's so much you have to know. So he's hiring people. He's building a company for software. And the roadmap is indicated where we're going to be when it comes to implementing the things that will drive the price, allegedly drive the price of our investments higher. But it's going to take time. That's just the way it works. It can't work any differently. So that's where I think the puck is going. Any questions? I'm joking. Any questions, put them down in the comments. All right, now we'll get to our segment about whale wallets. I'm telling you guys, I am looking forward to having a full Drip wallet because I have a full wallet on another platform. And oh my God, my second wallet is filling so fast. It's ridiculous. And then, so I still think that when it comes to playing in these ROI dApps, or these ROI dApps, that it's really about having a full wallet. There are other dApps out there that are still based on how much are you invested in. I will give you more than the people who are below you. So that's Ponzi-nomics-ish, but I mean, it's working. Social Security is Ponzi-nomics. All pension plans are Ponzi-nomics. They depend on you hiring somebody else. So this is whale wallets are having multiple wallets. Wow. I mean, it's impactful because you can both contribute to this the ecosystem as well as be a beneficiary of it. Shouldn't try that word too often. So that's really bullish. And so what I think is the whales, they're doing that part right, but there's still no, golden something. There's no golden path towards what whales are doing. I'm going to talk tomorrow about Drip. It's going to be a little bit tense tomorrow on the Drip call, of the Drip talk, because I'll talk about it tomorrow. All right. Mitchell says, I'm a believer in Drip, but hard to keep positive in this bear market. Yeah, that's why they're called bear markets, right? Like, you're feeling exactly as you should. If you were sitting here, Mitchell, saying, hey, you know what? I believe, you're not dealing with reality, in my opinion. So I think what you're saying is quite healthy. That's the way that we should all feel. It does suck. I mean, the people who own Tesla, the people who own GE, the people who own, you know, actual stocks, those people are feeling it, 401ks are feeling it. But, that's why so many people get out. They just can't take it. And what whales do is they sit and they wait. So that's a nice segue. Thank you very much, by the way. Takes me to crypto in the news. Okay, so let's get a little political. I don't know if you guys are paying attention to the news, but we can't even get a Speaker of the United States House of Representatives. Hasn't happened in 100 years, they said. Those people who are blocking that are the same people who will be blocking stuff, crazy legislation that was driven by what's perceived as a centralized structure, are now trying to advocate crypto and decentralization. So any of the mandates, unless there's an executive order, are going to be stymied, which means it gives us more time, in my opinion, as investors early in blockchain technology is having a huge leg up to build right now. It is so important. That's what we call the build show. During a bear market, what we've learned is the most important thing is to build and don't look at the money. Because if you look at the money, it's a bear market. It's not a good thing. Cole says, I'm one of those people for sure. My background is investment and my traditional portfolio feels just as gross as my crypto portfolio. Exactly. And Mitchell says, I understand why so many get out. Yeah, I didn't expect this, guys. Like, this stuff is hard, mentally, it's tough to sit through and go, I had all of this the other day and now it's gone. But I would have participated in the Great Recovery in 2009, but I was kind of out of a job at the time. And I wanted to get in when Citibank was like 27 cents. Ford was like $2. It was so low. Like, even me, I could afford it, but I didn't get in. And this time, it's beyond my control that I have crypto that I'm able to build in the Animal Farm drip ecosystem that looks like it's worthless. But if you go back and look in 2018 with how much Phantom was worth or how much Binance was worth, like, everybody was calling those guys idiots back then. And they were just gamblers because there was no infrastructure. There was no belief that there was going to be any regulation, that these were just crazy people. Now you see the United States coming up with its own digital currency. Now you see companies paying people. I heard that people in Ukraine, refugees, were paid in USDC. So that means that they had to have a wallet. We don't talk about El Salvador anymore and that they've gone to a Bitcoin economy. Like, none of that's being talked about. But what is being talked about is malware, ransomware, vulnerabilities, hacks. Blockchain technology is going to revolutionize that. It is going to change that. It's going to move that from non-standard to standard. And I believe we are in the place where we're investing in it early. And because we had a hunch that this might be good, it might be paying off. Let's see, did I? Yeah. Okay. I just wanted to make sure I got your messages. So I had one more thing. I think I put it in the wrong place. What's that, guys? Nope, that was it. Oh no. This one. Yeah, that was it, guys. So, yeah, the rest is for tomorrow's show. So, I'll keep it short this week. I really want to tell everybody who tuned in for the Friday show, and always the people who tune in for Thursday, I really appreciate you. Sometimes I go, am I talking to myself? I do ask that you not like, subscribe, or follow unless you wanna, because we're not here to make you money as much as we're here to keep you informed about what we see. Because if you go into non-paid for sources, generally you get in what you get out, right? There are people who pay investment banks to hire people who do this stuff for a living. So when you're going online, you just catch people who are, fans, or, they're overinvested, or they're very angry. And so it's hard to get good data out. So I felt, we felt with my understanding and Matt's questioning of, hey, what's going on? What does that mean? That we had a unique opportunity. There are people out there who know technology just as well as me, and they're commenting on it. But we think we provide a unique angle. With that being said, it's not one that's going to be popular. We don't have all the flash of, controversy, but we do have the knowledge of what we see, and in a technology way, a way to explain it back to you in a way that we think you can use it to enhance your own knowledge. All right. So, oh man, I should have done that talk while I was doing this part. Yeah, I should have summed it up with what I call the mad music. So, let us know, guys, if you have any questions. We do respond to comments. So, thank you for tuning in, and especially Matt and Cole. Thank you guys for coming in during the live session. And we'll see you tomorrow for a little bit of a different stream. It's not going to be, no spoilers. All right, guys. Game on. I forgot to hit the button twice. See ya. Is it going to end? Oh, yeah. I meant, I don't know if you guys, you're old enough to know the Police Squad. Well, they would just freeze frame and they play music, but anyway. Game on.